ज्ञानचक्षुषः योगिनः शैलम् पश्यन्त्यात्मन्यवस्थितम् यतन्तोऽप्यकृतात्मानः नैनम् पश्यन्त्यचेतसः यदादित्यगतम् तेजः जगद्भासयतेऽखिलम् यश्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नो तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकम् गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि चौषधिः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा रसात्मकः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम्. After 1 hour. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryan Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma viddhishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad-vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Puranamya Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitaamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambattvamanusandadhami Bhagavad-gite Bhavadveshini Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vaisanghapada Kramopadishadai Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam na vidussarasuna Devaya tasmai namaha Devaya tasmai namaha. We saw in the previous class, Vimudaha na anupashyanti. Anupashyanti means both ways. They don't see as taught by the Shastra. Shastra tells, being a pramanam, it's a paroksha jnanam, but they convert into paroksha jnanam. They don't see as it is. They are totally deluded. About what? Dehat bhinnam atman, the self which is different from the physio-psycho-complex, and the self which is always available. Aham, aham, aham. That, like an example, when you say this is rope, and other says this is snake, in the sentence, this is snake, that this isness belongs to rope. It is, snakeness is superimposed upon the rope. Similarly, when I say I am Sukhi, I am Dukhi, That I amness is of the Atma, always available. In whatever way I identify myself, in whichever way I know myself, that I am, this is my nature. Not knowing that's though always available, nitya siddhopi, nitya upalabdhopi atmanam vimudaha na pashyanti. They cannot see the self because of delusion. In the end, Bhagavan also will say, iti guhyatamam. This is the most secret knowledge. Why knowledge is secret? Not knowledge is secret, the object of knowledge is secret. Why it is secret? Even though available, still don't see. And where from this vimudhattam comes? Or how to eliminate this moha? Before telling, he says, and look at this degree of moha. The person may know the Vedas, may talk about Vedas, but still can't see. So much so, in Gita ji, Lord Krishna says this verse, Ascharyavat pashyati kaschidenam, Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyaha, Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva Ascharyavat kaschidenam shrunoti. It is wonder that someone comes to listen. And then Shrutva penam vedana chaiva kasyat. That is also a wonder that you come to know. And that answer, Vimudhatvam, is there. And how to get rid of it comes in the 11th verse. What kind of moha is there? And what helps one to get rid of it is. See the 11th verse. Yatanto yoginaschainam Pasyantyatmanyavasthitam Yatantopyakrutatmanah Nainam pashyantya chetasah Yatanto yoginaschainam pasyantyatmanyavasthitam Yatantopyakrutatmanah nainam pashyantya chetasah Again, the verb is pashyanti, first line, second half. Again, in the second line also, nainam pashyanti. Pashyanti means see. Nainam, they don't see. Who and what? He says, yatantaha yoginaha cha. And these yogis, who are the yogis? Yatantaha, who are always making efforts, those yoginaha, enam means this means nitya aparoksham, always available, self, atmanam pashyanti, they see. Where do they see? Atmani avasthitam, obtaining in oneself. Once here the self is buddhi. Or the self obtaining in antakaranam, they see. So the translation would be, those yogis who are always doing efforts, they see this self in their antakaranam, abiding in the antakaranam. And second line he says, yatantaha api, those who are making, in spite of them making efforts, nainam pashyanti, they do not see. Achetasaha, people with not having proper discrimination. And akratatmanaha, achetasaha yatantaha api enam na pashyanti. Akratatmanaha, those who do not, they are not ready for the knowledge, and who doesn't have proper discriminative capacities, even though they are trying, but they do not see the self. Okay? Just here, listen this. Yoginaha is, in a sense, karma yoginaha. Karma yoginaha, why? Because yoga shabda is used in a sense of karma yoga. Why they say, what does it mean by karma yogis? Karma yogi means those who have neutralized the likes and dislikes. Karma yogi means whose minds are free from the holds of likes and dislikes. And when the mind is relatively free from likes and dislikes, you enjoy inner tranquility and inner peace. What all disturbances are there within, quote unquote, within means in the antakaranam, they are primarily because of the mind. That disturbances are in terms of likes and dislikes. Look at this. When you meditate and people say, Swamiji, I am not able to concentrate. That means I have a lot of distractions. Okay, you have distractions. What distracts the mind? If you analyze, the mind will go either to object which you like and more often to the object which you don't. Not the object, person. All relationship complaints come there. That dislike comes out. That only distracts. The ashanti is caused primarily by likes and dislikes. Raga dvesha viyukta istu. In the second chapter and third chapter, all discussion is there. So yogi means who has become relatively free from likes and dislikes with karma yoga attitude and thereby enjoys a relatively quiet mind, relatively composed mind. They are the yogis. And then, is it enough that I have a quiet mind? No, yatantaha. They are the people of efforts. They are the people who are committed to efforts. What kind of efforts? Shravana, manana, nididhyasana paraha. Committed to listening, doing mananam and nididhyasanam. And that includes everything. Whatever necessary to understand Shastra, learning the language, keeping the body free, Guru Seva, ityadi, everything is included. Committed to Guru Seva, committed to Shravana, committed to learning language, whatever. These people, they see Atmani avasthitam. Their Atmani means Buddhav. Buddhi, antakarane. Avasthitam means not seated inside. Avasthitam means obtaining in buddhi as I. The I sense is there in buddhi. Aham taya ya samvid jrumbhate. That I-ness that is available in buddhi, that they see. Means what? They directly recognize that this obtaining I is none other than limitless consciousness. Atmani Pashyanti means what? They recognize this I as of now, the obtaining I, which is limited, jiva, dukhi, etc. That obtaining I is nothing but limitless consciousness. I am ahamasmi. I am in this. That what is revealed by Shastra, what is told by teacher, that is my nature. That I am, that recognition, Buddha. In other words, in Upanishadic language, recognize Shrotrasya Shrotram ahamasmi. Vachoha vacham ahamasmi. Everything that is I. And second line says, Yatanto api akrutatmanaha. Akrutatmanaha means asamskrutatmanaha, whose antakaranam is not purified. Achetasaha, lacking certain discrimination, they don't see. Now just listen here, few things. The self which is to be gained or moksha to be achieved, though we say achieved, is not something away. In other simpler words I put it, the happiness that I want to be is not something to be achieved. It is my nature. That being a case, the goal not being away from me, effort doesn't pay. Karma cannot give rise. It is something to be known. When it is to be known, there are various means of knowledge talked about in Shastra. They call it Shat Pramanani. Pratyaksha, perception onwards, inference, etc. But that which is always available to me, that requires a special means of knowledge. What is a means of knowledge? Shabda is a means of knowledge. Words. Generally, words will give you indirect knowledge. Or knowledge, indirect means knowledge which is subject to correction. Knowledge with doubts. Like even, suppose I describe something as of now. What is the state of Kedarnath temple today after the floods? However vivid the description may be in my view, each one of you will have a different picture. That you will say, oh, now I understand how damaged the temple is. But then, that knowledge about the damage is subject to correction when you physically go there. It will be corrected. The knowledge given by the words is indirect in a sense what? To be corrected further. And there can be doubt also. Because when I say, huge stone came at the back of the wall and such a as big as temple and then somehow it stopped the water, etc. Then you say, Swamiji, if the water used to hit the stone, did it not create the pressure and break the wall? How come it happened? Doubt. It may raise doubt. But when in a peculiar situation, when the thing to be known is always available, nitya upalabdha, then words give direct knowledge. Understand the word direct. I am going to dismiss this direct, indirect later on. Okay? Within 10 minutes. Direct means knowledge which is free from any doubts or error. Like even the famous example is Soyam Devadattaha or Tvam Dashamosi. This fellow was in his teenage, just 17, 18, and ran away from home. They looked around. In India, when somebody runs away, they don't generally think the fellow has committed suicide, okay? They think he has become sadhu. So, that's all the thinking is. So parents searched and searched and searched, could not find him. But mother being what mother is, they resolved he must be dead. They gave advertisement and police complaint, nothing, untraceable. Yad gatvana nivartantra. He disappeared in thin air. But still mother wanted to know. After 25-30 years, she went to Kumbh Mela. And Kumbh Mela means millions of sadhus, Non-sadhu also wear this cloth to earn for a month, It is now big business. Yesterday somebody asked, I have no control, I know this. What can I do? And she searched and searched. Somehow one Swami was talking in the language. And they understand and they were doing satsanga. And one day that Swami uttered a couple of words in their mother tongue. And then they asked, do you know this language? The Swami said, thodi aati, I know little. That person looked at him and called the mother. The mother recognized, this is my child. That fellow told, this is your Devadatta. Okay, this is your, after 30 years, he was already 50. Soyam Devadatta. That you are seeing is your Devadatta. These words tell me, does it give indirect knowledge or direct? Immediate. Knowledge is immediate because the person seen is right in front of him. Recognition was missing. He built the context and said, look at the ears. He had a big ear. Huh? Look at the eyes. Huh? Looks like mine only. It is a problem of recognition. Then the words gives direct knowledge. Like Tvam Dashmosi, then the words will give immediate knowledge. So also here, Shastra Shabda gives immediate knowledge. Right there and there. Should know. So we have so many incidents, mentions, examples in Shastra. Like, we have so many dialogue. Nachiketa, Yamaraja, Shvetaketu. His father told him 9 times, Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi. He realized, yes, I am Tattvamasi. I am Brahmasmi. We have a Nachiketa story, who was taught by Yamaraja. At the end of it, he says, yes, now I understood what I am. That's example, because knowledge takes place there and then. But then, we have other examples also. The knowledge did not take place. There is a story where Indra went to Brahmaji along with Virochan. The king of the gods and king of the demon both went for learning. Brahmaji gave some, first of all Brahmaji said, stay here for 32 years, do Guru Seva and do some tapas. And he did and gave Upadesha. Virochan understood something and went away. Indra could not understand. Then again 32 years. Again 32 years. Then lastly 5 years. Since then there is a parampara of giving 101. Okay? This is my joke. He was, after 101 year of staying, again repeated Upadesha, he understood. What does it mean? Though it is pramanam, but there is some more factor to be addressed. Like even in a maths class, when a teacher is teaching, some student immediately understand. Some understand little bit. Some do not understand. And some of them understand just the opposite. When the teacher asks, and the teacher wonders, where did I say this? What are you listening? He will say, Kaschit pratipadyate, Kaschit na pratipadyate, Kaschit apratipadyate, Kaschit vipratipadyate. Pratipadya means knows. Kaschit pratipadyate. Some know, or alpa, they know little, something they get clear, but not total. Kaschit na pratipadya. They don't understand at all, and some understand just the opposite. Now, if teacher was wrong, listen the statement. If teacher was wrong, one should not have understood. There are some people who understood. At least half or full. That means what? There is no problem with the teaching per se. Problem there lies with the person. Some problem with the child. Whatever it may be, lack of concentration or lack of clarity about certain fundamentals upon which this thing is built up. Fellow is taught 9th standard mathematics and he doesn't know 8th one. So obviously may not understand. Similarly, when pramanam is there, like I say this, to know the color, eyes are pramanam. Correct? Eyes are the means of knowledge. Now when I ask all of you, what is the color? Some say it is orange. And some say, I don't think it is orange, it looks like little red to me. And the third person suppose says, is Swami holding something in the hand? And I tell, you have to use eyes to see this. And that fellow says, no, let me try ears. Fact that someone could see clearly, it implies eyes are the means. No other option. But in spite of opening the eyes, I don't see. That means there is some problem with me, not the eyes, not the pramana itself. Similarly, in spite of proper teaching, one doesn't gain the knowledge. There are two possibilities. This is not that simple as Tvam Dashmosi. That is, technically speaking, that statement, Soyam Devadatta. Listen the statement, analysis. Ayam means this, is that Devadatta. Saha, that Devadatta, who left at the age of 17, 18, is this, who is at the age of 50. At that time, the fellow didn't have beard. The face was young, boyish. He was little thin. Having become Mahatma, obviously you gain vajan with bhikshas. He was little fat. He didn't have glasses. What did mother do? She mentally, it is technically called as Bhagatyaga Lakshana. Okay, don't worry for that, newcomers. She removed that beard from her mind. She removed those wrinkles and the glasses from her mind. And she removed the thinness from the mind of that boy. She just saw the bare person and equated. Was that this? Yes. That means proper context also should be understood. When teacher says Atma is Brahman, so something from Atma is to be removed. Something is to be understood as Atma and then compared with Brahman and then say, yes, I am Brahman. So simple words are not the means, but methodology of teaching is pramana. Teachers should know how to handle the words. Process first starts with negation. Why? When it is told, hey, you are Brahman, immediate response, how can I be? You are wrong. Because my direct experience is I am dukhi, I am samsari, I am alpa, I am karta, bhokta. How can I be that? So the first teaching starts with negating what you are not. That context has to be built up. Then the bare person is to be drawn, you are Sakshi. That Sakshi is Brahman, not another one. If teacher is not proper in terms of teaching, or student doesn't have necessary readiness at the mental level, where the knowledge takes place in the form of vritti, in terms of antahkarana shuddhi is not there, chit ekagram is not there, knowledge doesn't take place. That's what happened to Indra. Therefore Brahmaji told him, do some penance. That is a process of purification. Tapas is for shuddhi. There is a lot of value for tapas in the culture. It is for shuddhi. Papakshaya shuddhi artha. And then was asked to do some seva. Okay, do seva here. Then it is mentioned in the Upanishad, after the 101st year, he understood the same thing what was told in the first statement. Quite often we also feel, Swamiji, this time your talk was good. You gave a lot of clarity. Not Swami is the same. But I gained clarity. Understand? The necessary viveka The discrimination becomes sharp. The purity of antakaran takes place. The same thing I understand better. As our Srinath? Sridharan. As our Mr. Sridharan told the other day, I read the whole Gita 7 times. And every time I understand something new. It is not that Swamiji changes Gita pages for him all the time. It is the same printed book. But as the mind becomes pure, as your discrimination becomes subtle, you understand better. Those of you who have come to the camps, have attended 5-6 camps of Swamiji, on the 6th camp you think Swamiji has improved a lot, people tell us. His teaching is now very direct, they say. And I don't know whether I told you my own experience. Swamiji in the course had told this sentence, the first day. It is stuck engraved on a stone in my mind, He says, all of we were new, you are lucky. You have attended classes and know Swamiji and go. We just went. He knew only our 6 months, 1 year. What is the course we did not know. We had a problem. Course ko rasaha. We had a doubt. Kim rasa tatra upalabhyate. Course. This is English to Sanskrit. Okay, don't worry. Then he said this. All of you come, putting trust on me. I welcome you. But let me tell you one thing. I am going to tell the same thing all throughout the 3 years. What I will tell on the first day, same thing I will tell on the last day. And in between also say. When he said this, I said, Marge, first day, you are now hooked unnecessary. You promised this 2 years half and you took a leave and left the whole thing and you are stuck now. Then next sentence, what that? But I promise you, each day will be more joyous than the previous. Why? Talking is about the Atma. Which Atma? Ananda Swarupa Atma. And more I understand that joy is myself, more joyous I will be. Like, to extent your reflections become clear and clear, you see more clearly. The hazy reflection, because of the fog. Slowly fog goes away and you see it so clearly. That is what the teaching is. And in absence of readiness, this is, listen, the problem comes. Either the teacher doesn't know teaching methodology, or the student doesn't have preparedness to understand this experience business is coming. This mysticism is coming. You cannot say, look at this Tattvamasi, Tvam Dashmosi. The fellow can say, oh, I understood I am 10th one, but let me experience the 10th one. It's not possible. What you are talking is you who is obtaining right now here. Nitya Paroksha is ever available. Not something to be experienced beyond. But when you can't handle the words properly, or when the student doesn't understand, then they say, yes, I know Atma is Brahma, but Atma is Ananda, but let me experience. That means when you say this, you are saying like that, Swamiji, I know that clip is orange, but let me meditate and experience. That means what? Eyes are not pramanam. If you say eyes are the means, it is the nature of the knowledge, it is always immediate. At pramana vyapara samaya eva gnanam jayat. The means of knowledge, if they are adequate, person who wants to know is adequately available, object of knowledge is there, knowledge will take place. You have no choice. There and there. No letter. Therefore, when you pass by, when you come to our ashram, and suppose you are walking by in a monsoon season, where all the filth is on the road, and you invoke all Ramdev within you, pranayama, and then hold the breath, and walk it out. But little you need, the smell gets into you, whether you want it or not. Immediate. You are looking at something and something happens and you happen to see, and then you tell, I wish I would not have seen that. But if your eyes are focused in that direction and eyes are okay, that thing is happening, you will see it right then. It is not that, oh, what dirty smell is coming now. Because why? I smelled there and now I feel. It doesn't happen. Thank God. Because when you are driving, you see the truck. Immediately recognize truck. Otherwise, after 5 minutes, you recognize truck. Where? In the hospital. Means of knowledge, when operated, knowledge will take. You have no choice. You put something on a tongue, you will pick up the taste, whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not. You will have it. A typical non-South Indian person is tempted to taste rasam. And they say, is it sour? No, it's not that sour. South Indian will always say, because he is used to. And moment he takes the first sip, there is a wishful thinking, let it not be sour. But it will be. Similarly, when the teaching is a pramanam, knowledge has to take place while listening itself. Not understanding the pramanyatvam of Vedanta. Either teacher make it experiential and or student make it mystical. If it is pramanam, this is, I am very proud to say all of us are lucky. Only Swami Dayanandji talks this, who understood this clearly. And that you should read his biography, the price that he has paid for this. It is not experiential. Because every experience is because of this Atma. In still a better example I can give, we have a character called Karna in Mahabharata. He was born to Kunti, but was brought up by one lady called Radha. She was one of the king's servants' wife. And she just disowned the child and then she picked up her and she brought him up. So Karna took himself to be the son of Radha. In Sanskrit it is called Radheya. Son of Radha, Radhe. Before the battle of Mahabharata, Lord Krishna wanted to tell him that you are supporting a wrong person. This is your accomplice to a criminal, Duryodhana. And you are basically Kunti's son, so you belong to Pandavas. So he tells him, Natvam Radheyaha Tvam tu Kaunteya. You are not the son of Radha, but you are the son of Kunti. Now, can Karna say, oh, I understand that I am Kaunteya, but let me experience Kaunteya. Can he say that? The very experiencer is Kaunteya. Let me meditate and realize there is a Kaunteya within me. There is no within without. That me himself is Kaunteya. If he says so, there are two possibilities. Either Krishna did not build up the context. He should have told the story. Under this circumstances, and your mother got it, and that when you were a child, this, and now look at this, then you, oh, I am Kaunteya. That knowledge should take place there and then. In absence of proper context or proper understanding, it may not take place. Therefore, we have history. Some people did not gain the knowledge even when teaching. Our beloved friend Arjuna, the whole teaching is almost over in second chapter. Lots of repetition. He kept on asking from this angle, this doubt, that doubt. At the end of 18th chapter, he said, Nasto Moha. He took 16 chapters to understand. Thank God, at the end of 18th he said, I bet if Arjuna had asked one more question, Gita would have 19 chapters. That subtlety was missing. When you hear Pujya Swamiji expounding Gita, 3rd chapter, 4th chapter, 5th chapter, and when he expounds his question, then you wonder how come he did not understand this. But we have Dayanandji available. He did not have. He did not. He was right live dialogue going on. That subtle difference goes on, and then he understood. That means preparedness of mind plays very important role in this learning. So 2 more sadhanas is necessary to gain a right kind. Yatantaha. Yatna is twofold. One, to approach to a right teacher, and it is Guru Seva and all goes with him. Shraddhavan labhate gnanam tatparaha sanyatendriha tadviddhi pranipatena pariprashnena seva pranipata pariprashna tatparta. All that is along with Shravana Manan Nididhyasana. And while doing Shravan Mananam or before, I should have necessary antahkaranam where the knowledge is to take place. Therefore, yogi is important. Therefore, Lord says here, akritatmanaha, asamskritatmanaha. Shankaracharya says, whose antahkaranam was not pure enough, mind was not ready enough, and therefore, yatantopi, in spite of putting in the efforts, they do not see. And when you don't see, this is another problem. Rather than when I can't see the things, and I know that the eyes are pramanam, then they think the problem is with pramanam, not me. These people blame Vedanta and then say, Vedanta gives indirect knowledge, and you have to meditate and gain direct knowledge. It is like telling, Krishna gave indirect knowledge to Karna, and Karna has to meditate. No meditation. May be required just to clear his own doubts, clear his own error, but not that a new knowledge comes in. Only the words gives the knowledge. Okay? And the Vedantic teaching which doesn't give this knowledge is not Vedanta. As Swamiji would say, Devanta. some new discipline. The handling of the words, since some gain and some doesn't gain, that means what? One need to question one's qualification, not the pramanyam of Shastra. Pramanyam not being understood, they construe it is something to be experienced, and this idea was experience is construed. And then there is a word more added, icing the cake, like adding to confusion, there is a word called anubhava. All Mahatmas talk, Brahma ka amsh hai, हमें उसका अनुभव करना है. Anubhav doesn't mean experience. Because the very experiencer is Atma. How can he have experience? Anubhav means with a knowledge without doubts and error. Okay? So, seeker need to do more efforts for preparation of antakaranam. We have mentioned in Upanishads, in Vedas, so many so-called great people, successful people, sattvic people. In spite of going to teacher and having the best teacher, they could not understand. And some of them understood immediately. Who could understand immediately? Uttamadhikarina, one who are ready. As Swamiji said, about our batch, he was telling to somebody. It is like a sponge. It absorbs. The teaching goes straight. If the readiness is missing, it is required. some upasana, some karma yoga, some seva, some bhakti is necessary for other adhikaris. Uttama adhikari do not require anything because Shabda is a pramana. And as I told you right now, Krishna Paramatma himself taught Arjuna. Which Arjuna? For whose concentration and all that we learned the lessons in school. What do you see? That's a famous story. In the greatest archers of the time, and the person having pure antakaranam, Lord gives him certificate. Ma shuchak kaunteya daivi sampadam abhijatosi. We really have a good heart. In spite of that, it took so many chapters. It is because this is achetasaha. Little subtlety of intellect is missing. Now think of it. An original Paramatma took 15 chapters. What to talk of local Paramatma? Original Paramatma, divine Paramatma took so much time. Teaching, therefore, it is called Guhyam. In absence of readiness, same words doesn't make sense. And after some time, it makes sense. And therefore he says, Akritatmanaha ashuddhanta karana. And therefore, I personally feel that adhikaris like us need to do both jobs, Shravana Mana Nididhyasanam and Antakkara Shuddhi, some upasana, some seva, both are necessary. Somehow there is a misconception. Bhakti is useless. It is true, not useful for gaining knowledge. It is not pramana. In a way, what you think may be right. But it is the necessary for necessary Antahkarana Shuddhi. And in absence of which, Punah Shravanam Krutvapi Najana. Therefore even Bhagavan says to Arjuna, Shrutva penam na veda kaschit kimu bhaktavyam. What to tell to you? So many who keep listening, they do not know. And Shankaracharya ji in that Bhashya writes, Abhagina. Little ill-fated. The fate is short. Why? Right teacher is available, right teaching is available, right opportunity for learning is available. Fellow is not ready. Couldn't gain that necessary shuddhi. So please understand, Shastra is pramana. Knowledge, and since it's a pramanam, knowledge is immediate, there and there. Moment you see, I make this noise, right now you hear some noise. When I do this, noise is heard right now. Pramana, the ears are open, you see. Here, I am there to listen. The object of knowledge, Atma, is ever available. The person to teach, teacher is available, still I don't see. That is what? Akritatmanaha achetasaha. One whose chittam, mind, is not subtle enough. And Shankaracharya ji writes, Akritatmanaha means what? Tapasa asamskritatmana, whose antahkaranam is not pure. Tapasa indriya jayena cha duscharitat anuparataha ashanta darpaha. Karma, very just for information, in the 18th chapter, Arjuna asked to Lord, what should I commit myself to? And very nice verse is there. Yagno danam tapaschaiva natyajyam karyameva tat. Yagno danam tapaschaiva pavanani manishina. Yagna, dana and tapas, that will purify the antakaran. So tapas should have role in life. And our culture was that life of tapas was lived. Brahmacharya ashram tapas, sannyas ashram tapas, and grahastha also tapas. Some upvas, some vrata, some yatra, it goes on. Shankaracharya says, by tapas, they have not gained indriya jaya. They have not mastered their senses. Duscharitat anuparata. They have not withdrawn themselves from a general attitude of indulgence. See, this modern culture, especially this marketing, creates an attitude of indulgence. Whether you need it or not, just indulge. Be it be shoes, be it be perfume, be it the clothes or food or whatever, any sense or object, indulge, nothing wrong with it. Those who have not developed the general attitude of withdrawal, and he says, ashanta darpa. Darpa means a vanity. Okay? This vanity is very subtle. How does darpa manifest? Vanity expresses as kama and krodha. Drupto rushyati, rushto druptyati, drupto dharmamati kramati. What kind of vanity? Even if doing wrong, the fellow will say, I did it. They get a kick out of such things. That is darpa. Feeling that I am somebody and everything is nobody. Those people, druptaha dharmamati kramati. The person with darpa will cross the boundaries of dharma. Such fellows, even though they have teaching, will not understand. And I told you other day, classic example is Dhritarashtra. Same Gita. I checked up with Mahabharata. Mama had a doubt. I saw it again. Sanjay did not reveal Gita. On the 10th day when Bhishma fell, he uttered and Dhritarashtra heard. After hearing Gita, Dhritarashtra never said, Nashto moha. Arjuna said. On the contrary, he felt it. Krishna spoiled the whole game. I was about to get it. When Arjuna walked away, we would have won the battle. Krishna unnecessarily did the thing. Because darpa, asakti was there. Heart was not pure and knowledge wasn't there. The concept of mysticism, concept of experience comes because this is not understood. And when this is understood thoroughly, person will look to oneself that I need to correct. Shastra is a pramana. I need some correction with myself. Eyes show me the thing. If I don't see, that means I need glasses, that's all. You can't say, eyes can't see, now let me try ears. No. Immediate knowledge should have taken place. And people approach Shastra with all prejudices and their thinking. And therefore they just can't come out. Yesterday somebody asked how to address this. Do namaskaram to them. Okay? Person committed to experience and mysticism is not open to listening. You can't do anything. That is where Shraddha comes in. Shraddha means, as Puja Swamiji would say, pending discovery, to believe in something. But I am ready to discover. I am open to discover. And that is how the whole tradition here, many people talk of experiencing the self and experiencing Brahman. Either they don't know how to handle the words, or student is not ready. And when I say repeatedly, pramanatvam is accepted, that means there is a dosha. I need to, in spite of listening, I don't see, that means I need to correct my antakarana. Acetasaha, I need to develop viveka, means upasana. Both the thing, asamskrutatmanaha acetasaha, ashuddhantakaranaha vikshiptamanasaha. That means antashuddhi and chitta ekagram is necessary on my part. Having said this, he goes further to tell that everything is me. Look at the next verse. In the next 4 verses, little change in the topic is there. But not change, but he will connect at the end, last. Yada dityagatam tejaha jagadbhasayate khilam yachandramasi yachagno tattejo vidhi mamakam. In the beginning, it was said Parameshvara is a Moola. And now he says that Parameshvara is Moolam and Samsara is Ruksha. And the fellow thought, I am on the vruksha, because I am a samsari. I am within the samsara. He says, no, you are the moolam. You are the moolam of that vruksha. That is what he is now going to connect in these verses. That moolam is not away. And when he said, tat padam yada, then earlier said, na tat bhasayate surya na chandra. That padam is you. That connection is going to show in the next 4 verses. We shall take up tomorrow morning. And tomorrow afternoon will be this class only. Okay, I want to complete the text. We have now 4 or 5 classes only. An important thing is there, but today there will be another point, okay? Evening session. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om